The role which I have for the UN goes beyond the United Kingdom. And what has become obvious to me in various places is the extent of a global crisis that challenges our humanity. Refugees, as defined under the Convention, which defines the legal obligations to them, are people who are escaping from persecution. For centuries, people have escaped or tried to escape from persecution. Some of them failed and ended, for an example, in the Holocaust, in the Second World War period. And in 1951, it was decided by the world community to agree a convention that we would save refugees. 850,000 refugees have crossed the Mediterranean this year. Most of them have come in the latter period, in particular, into Greece. All of them are seeking sanctuary, and all of them are entitled to sanctuary. In the last couple of months, fences, razor wire fences, and border walls have been constructed. Countries have created borders and said that they cannot be crossed. Some of them unusual, like Hungary, a country which in 1956 sent out 200,000 refugees which were harbored, but which today will not take refugees in. Some heads of government have said, 4 of them to be precise, that the only refugees that they will take are Christians. Are we living in the days of the Crusades? Or are we living in a period when the dignity of man and the equality of man is accepted as a fundamental principle of the world in which we live? The European Union asked that those refugees who are gathering now in Greece, which will become increasingly a camp, because there is no route out that isn't barricaded or bordered. There is no route back, because if they go back, they will be persecuted in the country from which they have come. The European Union has suggested that they be shared amongst us in an act of solidarity. Some countries have stood up to the mark. Germany and Sweden, magnificently. In my view, Mrs. Merkel has been a paragon of virtue in this, agreeing to take 800,000 in 1 year and 500,000 a year for the next 5 years, to her political detriment. Sweden has taken even more per capita. I don't think that other countries have all covered themselves in glory, including this one, where the figure has been 20,000 over 5 years. We have 508 million people in the European Union. Taking 1 million a year is not beyond our capacity if governments and politicians didn't run away from the populism of being against migration. The issue here is refugees. Refugees who are living, as in Calais, in squalor. Refugees who are going to be in growing camps that are less than adequately funded. This is a moral challenge of our time, a unique moral challenge. And our generation, who in the main have had it easy, have their opportunity to vindicate what they stand for in our time, as earlier generations had to do in more difficult times in this continent. This is a problem that requires political activism. It requires a genuine interest in something which is so morally clear that it doesn't need further discussion.